Hi lovely souls, my name is Samantha James. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we have a really fun pick a card for you, and it's going to be, what does your pet think of you? What is your pet currently thinking and feeling for you? This is actually kind of funny to me because I literally pull cards for Jackson all the time, because sometimes he's naughty and I punish him and I'm like, oh my god, am I a bad person? And I'm always wondering what he's thinking and feeling, more so than I care about like what people are thinking and feeling. So we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Now, if you're new to pick a cards, what you're gonna do is pause the video and figure out whichever pile or crystal you're drawn to the most. Go down below in the description box, find your timestamp, and I will see you all at your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. So this is, what does your pet think of you? What is your pet currently thinking and feeling for you? I've pre-shuffled some of your oracle, but I left the best oracle for the camera, and I have not done your tarot yet. We might pull some charms as well, but first I wanted you to see my pet. This is Jackson. Yes, I know. It's not about you though, it's about group number 1's pet, so let's get into it. Okay. All right, I'm like, do I pull your oracle first? I think I will. It's kind of been my thing. So we have number 41, Sundress, do it for you. Number 34, Voyage, you already have all the answers. Number 22, Energy Work. Number 11, Connect with Crystals. We have number 3, Aromatherapy. We have Breathe in Bliss, Exhale Bullshit. Love that. Embrace your inner divine goddess and celebrate yourself. You deserve it. All right, that's really beautiful so far. So I wanted to pull some astrological cards. Maybe you know your pet's astrological sign. Maybe you don't, you know. For pets that are rescues, it's really hard to like determine like their birth and when they were born. I got Jackson as a baby puppy, so I know exactly when he was born and stuff. So maybe I'll pull a zodiac card for you and you'll be like, oh my god, that seems fitting. So let's see what group number 1's pet zodiac sign is. Again, it doesn't have to be it could be in their chart. I don't know Jackson's full chart, but we have Libra. I like that. Okay, that one wanted to come out. And we have Taurus. Okay, so we have some feminine regal energy here, definitely ruled by Venus in some sort of way. That might also be why they kind of admire the fact that you guys are very feminine. Whether you're a man or a woman, they do feel like you practice self-care and you're in a very attracting energy. You guys are definitely spiritual, and your pet sees that. They see that you do a lot of things for yourself as far as self-care goes. Not in a selfish way, because they see you as a very selfless person, but they definitely see that you work on your chakras. Maybe some of you do Reiki. We have Connect with Crystals and Energy Work together. Maybe they see that, you know, the home always smells good. You're like into candles and like oil diffusers, and you're like into aromatherapy. Maybe they see that you like have crystals and they're like, I want to play with that, but you won't let them eat it, and it's like a whole thing. Maybe they also see that you meditate, and you know, there's just sort of this imagery and this energy here of channeling and embracing your inner divine goddess, which is really beautiful. So I want to pull some archetype cards. So what, oh my god, I kid you not, Goddess came out. So your pet, group number 1, is seeing you as a goddess, like literally, or a god. I mean, I hate using for the like male pronoun god, because that's like, okay, who do you think you are? But you know, whatever the men would be, but they're definitely seeing you as a goddess. Okay, so we have Goddess, and then these came out. What are these? Wow. We have Child, Divine, and we have King. And we have Virgin. We have priest. Okay, so your animal, your pet, group number 1, is definitely seeing you as someone who's very regal and royal. They're seeing you in a very pure and innocent light. They see you as someone who is a light worker, someone's very spiritual, someone who's very innocent. Maybe you guys don't have a lot of one-night stands, or at least you don't have them at your home, because your pet is seeing you as like the Virgin Mary. They're seeing you as like a priest or a priestess or a goddess or a king. They're seeing you in a very divine light. They're like, okay, my owner is untouchable. Like, I adore them. They're looking at you as their master, and like rightfully so too, because you are just radiating that energy. We have mystic. Ooh, I love this. So your pet is definitely seeing you as spiritual. So whether it's like they're listening along with you, listening to Gaia or podcast or tarot readings on YouTube, they can hear what you're hearing. Maybe they see that you listen to affirmations, or you listen to meditative music, or you're working on your chakras, or they see that you're connecting with crystals. But I mean, your pet is really taking note of the fact that you are a mystic or a witch in some sort of way, definitely a light worker, someone that is very divine, and someone who, you know, is also probably an introvert. I wouldn't doubt if you guys are an introvert, so you might be a homebody to some sort. We have this Libra Taurus energy. You're ruled by Venus, so you definitely keep the home really beautiful and cozy. I wouldn't doubt that you guys have really great taste in decor, or maybe you always have fresh blankets and candles and kind of like soaking up that Taurian Libra energy. You guys probably look really beautiful as well. They're also admiring your beauty on the outside. You have that inner and outer beauty. They're seeing you as someone who's very sentient, someone who's also very quiet. So maybe you don't like always talk to your pet. Your pet would love for you to talk to them more, like as if they could like really understand you word for word. But maybe they're seeing you as someone who's very like to themselves, or like in your head, or you're very quiet in some sort of way. And when you do treat yourself, or when you buy yourself something nice, let's say you buy yourself like a beautiful sundress and you're like trying it on in the mirror, your pet is like admiring you. They're like, oh my God, like my owner, group number 1, deserves this dress. This dress looks awesome on them. Like, I wish I had like a proper tongue so I could like tell them I could speak in English or whatever language you guys speak, and be like, you look awesome. Like, they would love to say that. But I feel like your pet, especially if you have a girl sort of pet, whatever it is, cat, dog, parrot, I mean, I don't even care. Whatever kind of pet you have, it seems like they have feminine energy too, and if they actually could talk or be a human, they would be very girly. So like they're very into like your taste, or they have like this very feminine energy, whereas like this is such a contrast to my dog. My dog Jackson is like such a dude, and he's just so like dirty and ridiculous, and like I wish I had like more feminine energy around me in that regards. But it seems like I was about to say your cat, I don't know why, but maybe it's your cat as well, but it seems like your pet, group number 1, is really noticing like the feminine parts of you and really admiring you. It could also be that they are a male and they just think you're very attractive in some sort of way, and they're like, I wish I was a human. But they do feel like you deserve to celebrate yourself. You deserve it. They love to see you buying yourself some flowers. They love to see, you drinking some champagne or coffee or whatever it is. They like when you are basking in the finer things in life, because they feel like you deserve it. They don't necessarily understand spirituality. Obviously, they're not, in this sort of plane of reality, but they do feel like you are looking for an answer. You're looking for something. Maybe you binge watch tarot videos, and I'm not calling you out. I'm just, for example. And they're kind of like to themselves wondering like, I wonder why group number 1, like I wonder why my owner does that. Like, what kind of answers are they looking for? Because they have the answers, and it's almost like your pet wishes to tell you that like everything that you're looking for is like right within you, which is actually very spiritual and kind of a really cool thing for them to say. But it's almost them noticing that you have like an intimate union with the divine, and that you're one with the divine in a way that is very pure and innocent, and you have this very special connection to nature's life force. And sometimes you look outside of yourself for that, and they're looking at you like, no, you're a goddess, you're a priest, mystic, you're divine, you're a virgin, you're a king, you're beautiful. You have the answers within you. You don't have to search in another human for validation. You don't have to search online. You don't have to listen to a bunch of tarot videos. You don't have to do all that. If you just went in and meditated you would be able to find what it is you're looking for. And that's like something they wish they could say to you. Excuse me. Okay, so let's pull your tarot. This deck was gifted to me by Neji. Shout out to Queen Neji. I love it. Okay. What does your pet think of you? Number 1. We have Justice to start, which is a beautiful start because we have Libra already. So you might be a Libra yourself. And they're seeing you as someone who is very fair and very balanced. Maybe they're even seeing you as someone who doesn't like imbalance, or you don't like unfairness, you don't like injustice. You probably are like at the Women's March, you're probably rallying for a good cause, you're probably like helping people. What are those websites called where you donate to people's causes? They're like individual, like a Kickstarter, stuff like that. Like your pet is noticing that you really care for other people. I mean, they're also kind of noticing that you really care for them. Obviously, it translates into the outside world, but they see that you care for them. Like, you probably always make sure that they're comfortable and that they have water and food, and you probably always make sure that they walk and they have plenty of rest, and like, you know, maybe even they join you on the couch when they're not supposed to be on the furniture, and you like make sure they have a blanket over them, and they see that you're just very kind and very fair and, you know, very sweet to them. Okay, we have the King of Wands. So there might be some masculines here. Shout out to my masculines. They're seeing you as a king. You know, we have that here. They're seeing you as a King of Wands as well. Excuse me, you guys, sorry. And they're seeing you as someone who's very passionate, very devoted to whatever it is that you're doing. So if you guys have a career interest or a job, you're very like all the way in. You're not like you're not the type of person that's like has one foot in the door, one foot out. Like, you're an all or nothing person. So when you're really passionate about something, you're really, really passionate about it, and you go all the way. You devote all your time, all your energy to it. Maybe your pet even feels like you do that for them, like you're very passionate about them. You never leave them in the house too long, and if you're gonna be away for a long time, you book a wag walker or whatever it is, or you have a sitter. You always make sure that they are accommodated and taken care of. And the King of Wands is also known to be a really great mediator, and we have that next to Justice. So maybe there's something about you where you listen to other people's problems, you're very good at problem solving, or you're just a really great listener in general. We have the Emperor as well, and that could represent Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius with the King of Wands next to it. They see you as someone who is very driven. So whatever it is you guys are trying to achieve, maybe you're up late at night trying to pursue a goal. Maybe you're moonlighting. Maybe you work like a full-time job, and then as soon as you get home from work, you're working on a project or a side hustle. Maybe you guys own a business and they see that it's like a 24/7 job, like you never have a day off, and your pet is just really admiring your motivation and your ability to do and ability to work and your ability to provide. I mean, your pet is really noticing that you are an incredible provider. You always have a roof over their head. There's always food in their bowl, water in their cup. Like, they're just really noticing how much you do for them, and they're very grateful for that. And we have the Hierophant here as well. Isn't this the cutest deck ever, you guys? And the Hierophant represents, you know, that spiritual commitment we were sort of talking about. Your pet is really noticing how committed you are to the practice of healing and self-care and shadow work and really working on yourself to become the best kind of soul and version of yourself possible. And also with the Hierophant, they're noticing your loyalty and the longevity of your connection. So maybe you've had this pet for a really long time. Maybe you've had this pet for like 10 years, 9 years, or whatever it is. And they're really noticing like your loyalty and your commitment to them. Maybe you have another pet on top of this pet, and they're noticing how like you never gave up on them. Or maybe they notice that you never got a second pet, and they're like, wow, they're so committed to me, or they're so loyal to me. But they're just noticing that you guys have a very long-standing relationship, and they really admire that. I mean, there's just a huge energy of gratitude here, and sort of like what they would say to you is that You really are one of a kind, and they really want you to do more things for yourself rather than for everyone else around you, plus them. They love watching you. They love like observing you in your natural state, and they love learning from you. They feel like there's a lot to learn from you that is super interesting. It's not like they got like a normal human owner who just like watches sports all day. Like, you're really fucking cool, group number 1, and you do all sorts of cool things, and you're teaching this pet all sorts of things about like transcendence and healing and their soul. And oh my God, there's this really great movie, and it's called The Art of Racing in the Rain, and it's on Prime Video if you guys have Prime. And it's literally like a story through the eyes of a dog, and like the things that he says, like, oh my God, if you want to cry, definitely watch that movie. But he was like, I read somewhere, or he's like, I saw on TV in Magnolia that if you as a dog live your lifetime as some loyal companion, that you might have a chance as incarnating into a human. And so the dog's like whole mission in his life is to like incarnate into a human. Like, he wants to be a man like someday. So it's just like a really adorable movie. I definitely suggest watching it, but I definitely feel like your pet is taking notes. Like, they're seeing you, group number 1, and they're taking notes. They're like, okay, I have to do this, this, and that in order to like be like group number 1 or be in a state like group number 1. So it's really, really cute. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some charms for you guys. All right, so what does your pet think of you? All right, so you guys might make music, or you might sing, or you might really like music, and they really like your song selections. This person sees that you really believe in a higher power, and you really wish like upon a star. Like, you really take that literally. Maybe you manifest with the moon, or maybe you manifest in general. Maybe they see that you manifest things into fruition, into the 3-dimensional world, and they think that's really admirable. We have perfume here. They might really like the scent of your perfume. They love how you smell, or they admire your like little beauty ritual. Maybe they see you like doing your skincare or your makeup, and they really think that's super nice. We have a lipstick here as well, so maybe they just really enjoy the feminine parts of you. They're seeing you as someone who's like does your lipstick in the morning, or you always have the same shade of lipstick, and they're like, man, someday when I'm a human, I'll be able to put lipstick on, or I don't know. It's like such a cute little, like, I'm imagining like a kitty just kind of like watching you. And we have this perfume here, and they love your scent as well, and they always know when you're coming because they can smell your scent from like a mile away. So if you like live in an apartment complex, they know when you're downstairs because they can already smell it. We have this cross here as well, and I feel like the cross represents, you know, your religion to yourself, your practice of self-care and spirituality. They're seeing you as someone who is very committed to this higher power. Maybe you even have a religious background, doesn't have to be, but it could just represent that Hierophant energy. We have this heart here, and it's flipped. I don't even know. I was like, I'm not gonna try and attempt it. And we have this moon. So maybe this person sees you wishing upon a new moon or manifesting with the new moon. With the heart half empty here, I feel like this is like in representation of yourself. Maybe they're like, they don't understand why you don't love yourself all the way, and you only kind of love yourself halfway, because they see so much about you. They wish they could fill your heart up all the way. They don't necessarily know what hurt you or why you were hurt, but they wish that they could like mend your hurt and sadness. Maybe you got this pet in the fall, or maybe fall is their favorite season because they like to like step on all the leaves and like play with the leaves or play with the sticks on the floor, and they love that you let them do that. We have this little pigletor here, this little piggy. Maybe you call them a little piggy or a pigletor. Maybe they act like a pig sometimes. Maybe you let them act like a pig and they think it's like really funny that you like overfeed them, or or whatever it is. You just feed them like your food instead of their food, and they think it's like they really love that about you. We have this really cute daisy here, And I think it represents like your feminine parts, but I also think it represents, you know, the romantic side of you. And the reason why I think it represents that is because we have one petal that is missing. And when I was a little girl, we used to pick daisies off like the ground, like the playground, and we would be like, he loves me not, he loves me not. And whatever whatever petal was left would be like either he loves me or he loves me not. And I feel like that just goes back to like a very old romantic kind of way of thinking and way of life. Like you sort of wear your heart on your sleeve. You kind of do, you know, want to fall in love someday, if not you haven't already. And they see you as someone who like has these like kind of like fairy tale ways about you, where you kind of think about the world in that lens, or you hope someday you'll like find that kind of like person or whatever it is. They just see you as like a romantic. Again, they see you as someone who's very sweet. You could have a name that starts with D-H-M-H. I said H. Z-R-T-Q-T. Maybe their name starts with one of those letters. But yeah, that is all I am seeing for you, group number 1. That was such a cute reading. I'm like losing my voice, so I'm so sorry about that. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really hope that resonated. Definitely comment down below if it did. I want to hear from you guys. In the meantime, if you guys want some more exclusive content, definitely check out my Patreon, which is linked down below. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all in the comment section. Hi, group number 2. Welcome. If you chose the Strawberry Obsidian, this is for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with your oracle. I still have some more oracle to pull. This is something I pre-shuffled. I haven't pre-shuffled your tarot yet. And this is going to be, what does your pet think of you, or their current thoughts and feelings about you? We're going to pull some charms as well. Group number 1 was so freaking cute, so I'm excited to get into it. All right, so number 20, Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Number 19, Lavender, surround yourself with love. Number 49, spend time with friends. Number 33, make a vision board. Number 5, beauty ritual. Get creative and excite your imagination with wonder. Ask for help, it doesn't make you weak. And show off your sparkle and shine from the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some astrological oracle. Maybe you do know your pet zodiac sign, maybe you don't. Maybe they're a rescue and you never figured out when their birthday is, but you have like a suspicion. This isn't necessarily gonna be like spot on, but it could be. So let's see what it might be. We have Soul, which is Sun, which is, could be Leo. Doesn't have to be. It could just be like, this is gonna represent their sun sign. Pluto, okay, which could be Scorpio. Mars, okay, they don't want to give it to us straight apparently, which could be Aries. Okay, so we have Aries. Oh my gosh, and then my whole deck fell. Okay, so maybe this represents that you don't know their zodiac sign and you have your suspicions, but if there was any kind of ruling planets over your pet, it could be the Sun, Pluto, and Mars. Because they don't want to give it to us just flat out, apparently. Jupiter, I'm not even going to pull it. Okay, so let's pull your archetype. What does group number 2's pet think of them? What does group number 2's pet think of them? We have Shapeshifter. We have Priest. Whoa. What does group number 2's pet think of them? That is my pet, by the way, snoring, if you can hear him. He's not interested. Okay, we have visionary. We have mystic. We have child, nature. And we have beggar. Okay. All right. So group number 2, what your pet thinks of you. I mean, they definitely think you're very popular. They think that you spend a lot of time with friends. Maybe you have friends over. Maybe they're like this little kitty cat just chilling there in the living room. They see that you surround yourself with love, whether it's like via Zoom call or in person. They see you as someone who is very, has a lot of friendships. They see you as someone that really takes care of yourself. You really care about your beauty rituals. Maybe you always get your nails done. You always get your toes done, your lashes done, your hair done, whatever it is. They see you as someone who always changes it up, and they really love that and admire it. Sometimes they wish that you would do their little beauty ritual too. They're like, could you give me some makeup or some blush? Like, maybe you should try faking it on them. They would really love that. They see you as someone who's very consumed in your projects. With make a vision board and get creative and excite your imagination with wonder, they feel like you're like on Pinterest, like no one's been on Pinterest before, or you're out here really creating things for the future, trying to imagine and envision a better life for yourself, trying to manifest. And they think that is really, really special. They love your ability to kind of think things out and transform. You guys could be very unique, group number 2. You guys definitely, like I said with beauty ritual, you take care of yourself, but you're unique. Like, you could dye your hair different colors. You could wear crystals around your neck. You could have piercings, tattoos. Like, you guys are, maybe you wear really bright, bold lipstick. You guys definitely go against the grain. You guys are very special and very unique, and you definitely sparkle from the inside, from without. You have this really magnetic aura about you. And with Lighthouse here, I do feel like you're very popular and a lot of people lean on you, but when it's time for you to lean on people, you tend to like isolate yourself, or you tend to be very introverted, and that's something that your pet really notices about you. Or maybe you lean on your pet, maybe like you literally just isolate yourself and hang out with your pet, and like you just don't talk to people when you're going through something. And what your pet doesn't understand is why you can't lean on the people that lean on you, if that makes sense. And maybe somewhere deep down inside, it stems from a lack of self-worth. Maybe you doubt yourself, or you doubt your worth, or maybe you feel like you'll be weak if you ask for help, or maybe you feel like, you know, you'll be thought of less than, and you always want to have this magnanimous sort of aura, and you always want to be the popular one, or you want to be like the lighthouse for everyone. And the metaphor about the lighthouse that's very interesting is during the day, the lighthouse is not on. Sometimes the lighthouse is on all night, and it's to help sailors come back to shore and to help everyone get home safely. But then when it's time for you to kind of get something out of it, you just turn yourself off. During the day, it's like you're not available, not literally, but it could be literal. And it's like you isolate yourself. Like, you have these tendencies to go from being very extroverted to very introverted. And that's something that your pet really notices about you. We have that shapeshifter card as well. And to me, it's like you navigate through different sort of levels of consciousness. So this could be a very spiritual thing, which I think you also do. But I think it also represents how you shapeshift from being like the rock and the extrovert and the person who's like the most popular, the most talkative, or the most sparkly, to being very alone and isolated. And I'm not saying this in a sad way. This could be your way of recharging, quite literally, in order to show up the way that you do show up in other people's lives. But that's something that your pet is really noticing about you, is that, you know, you definitely take time away from people. So as popular as you are, as needed as you are, you definitely shut things off when you have to. And I'm definitely noticing different colored hair. I'm seeing pink hair, green hair, red hair, multicolored hair, purple hair, blue hair. I mean, we got all sorts of different colored hair. So you might dye your hair different colors, which is really cool. And for that, I mean, your pet definitely sees you as a visionary. They see you as someone who has vision. Like, you are not afraid to be unique. You're not afraid to stand out. But at the end of the day, yes, sometimes it gets to you. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, that you're enough. And sometimes it's hard. Like, we have that soul card, which is the sun. And it's like, by the day you shine, but sometimes at night you just have to unplug. And there's this like duality that you have, and maybe in the times where you're introverted is when you get to hang out with your pet the most. So it's like they kind of admire both sides of you because they get to see you, and they love being able to be with you, and they hate when they're away from you when you're hanging out with your friends. They rather you have your friends come over and they can all hang out with your pet and stuff. But you definitely have a special connection to your pet, group number 2. And you might even telepathically be able to communicate with them. You might even be able to like know what they're saying and thinking, have conversations with them. You might know exactly when they're hungry, when they have to go out. And like they can see your aura the way that you can see their aura. And that's because you guys are mystics and very spiritual, and like you have those abilities within you. And they see you as someone who is like very spiritual. Like you have these profound talents, and you have this very intimate union with the divine, and for that they kind of look up to you like a priest, and sort of a way where you facilitate spiritual commitments. I feel like this is also representative of the fact that you're facilitating spiritual commitments to a community of people. So it could be that you're also like a tarot card reader or some sort of light worker where you're out here helping other people, and then you have to like dim your light to recharge and regroup and become introverted. We have beggar here, which says light attributes confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Okay, so maybe you've had this pet for a very long time, and this pet has seen you through so many different phases of your life. And at one point in time, maybe you didn't stand up for yourself, or maybe you questioned your worth, or maybe you had low self-esteem, and now you've built yourself from the ground up. You're very special, you're very confident, and you help other people. You help advocate for others who don't feel the way that you currently do. And your pet is seeing that it was almost like a necessary evil that you went through what you went through, because it made you who you are today. You're so positively confident and unique and special, and now you get to show everyone just how they can do it just like you. So let's pull your tarot. This is from my beautiful, gorgeous queen, Neji. Thank you so much, love. It's such a cute deck. We have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands. They're definitely seeing you as someone who is so beautiful. I mean, there's something also about you that you just like light up a room. You walk into a room, or you walk down the street, maybe you walk them, maybe they're a dog, and you walk them outside, and everyone's looking at you, like all the attention is on you. Like there's something about you that stands out. They're seeing you as someone who's very passionate, and also a very passionate advocate for others. Wow, we have King of Wands. So you guys could have the Aries or Sagittarius or Leo in your chart. You guys could have your own business, your own channel. You're definitely very popular. Jackson, you're like having a whole fit right now. You have like your own advocacy where you're able to like help other people and help lead them. You're definitely a natural leader, and that is something that your pet is noticing about you. Wow, we have strength. I kid you not. We have so much fire here. And yeah, I mean, your pet is definitely seeing you as fire, for sure. They're seeing you as someone who is magnetic. You just have a radiant aura around you. You help build up strength within yourself, and then you help build up strength within other people. And your pet thinks that's very special. And they also think that you care about what you look like, and you guys look really great. So let's pull your charms. Okay, so clearly the bunny is special here. This bunny tarot that we're using. I can't even turn it over. I know this is a bunny though. No! Seriously, guys, okay. We have the bunny. So the bunny could connect, maybe your pet is a bunny and it connects to, you know, your reading. Like, what does your pet think of you? Okay. Jack. Okay, so their name could start with a J, an H, an A, T, an M, an N, or a Z. Doesn't have to be. It could be like your name starts with that. Okay, so we have some very interesting charms here. I'm really not sure what this one is, other than the fact that's fucking cool. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we have palm tree here. Maybe you guys live where there are palm trees, or maybe you grew up where there's palm trees and your pet knew you at the time, or wherever it is. Maybe palm trees relate to you in some sort of way. You could live in a desert climate. We have flamingo here. Maybe you guys have, I always imagine desert climates, like people having flamingos on their front yard. I don't know. We have wine here. You could drink wine and maybe your pet's like, I want to try some, or maybe they try to lick some. They like have always wondered what wine would taste like. We have bunny. So maybe like this pet views you as a bunny. Maybe they are literally a bunny. Maybe you call them bunny, but they think that you are just so cute and innocent and you have these big eyes. We have flowers. Maybe you really enjoy flowers. We have that sun again. So that could represent Leo at its finest. We have M&M. Maybe you guys really like M&M, specifically the red M&Ms. We have some stars. I feel like you guys are mystics, like you manifest. To me, this represents Pleiades. It represents how you guys could be star seeds in some sort of way. You guys could also be very connected to the ocean. So you might like shout out to Los Angeles or Venice Beach or whatever, because that's where I grew up, with like the palm trees and the ocean. You might be in that kind of climate. But with the mermaid tail here, maybe you guys are really into water. You're always in the water. Maybe you're always in the bath, and this animal is like, you might as well be a fish or a mermaid or whatever it is. They just kind of think of you as like very aquatic. And we have this rocking horse here. Maybe you've had this pet since you were a baby, or maybe you recently had a child and the pet feels very protective over your child. And we have the rocking horse. Maybe you guys ride horses, whatever it is. I feel like your pet just absolutely adores you, but even more so like admires you, like is in admiration of your beauty and how incredible you guys are. Group number 2. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I hope that reading resonated. Definitely comment down below if it did. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I have some new exclusive content on my Patreon, so make sure to check that out. I will see you guys all at your next reading. Hi, group number 3, welcome. If you chose the pink opal, this is for you. What does your pet think of you? This is such an amazing topic. So I'm gonna pull the oracle. I've already pre-shuffled. We still have a few more oracle decks to pull from. Then I'm gonna do your tarot. So to start off, we have number 27, which justice is coming. Number 42, homeward, take yourself out on a date. We have intuition, family, number 28, number 23, number 42 again. So number 42 might be a significant number for you. We have read. We have treat yourself to something beautiful today. Allow unlimited abundance and slow down and rest. You need it. Okay. All right. So some of you might have animals that are rescues, and you might not really know what their zodiac sign or when their birthday is. Some of you might know their zodiac sign already. I'm going to pull from the astrological oracle deck. So it's not, I don't know if it's going to be like spot on, but it could be something that you guys have speculated already. So we'll see what signs pop up. Okay, we have Pluto, so Scorpio. They could have that in their chart. I know Jackson, my dog, is a Scorpio moon, which explains a lot because he's a Virgo, but man, he is so emotional. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle these back in. All right, we have Capricorn. Nice. Okay, do we want to do one more? Oh shit, maybe too many. Okay, we have Pisces. So I feel like your pet might be emotional as well. So I feel like your pet might be very emotional, or it could just be that they're highly intuitive. Like they really understand you. They probably really understand your spirituality, your emotions, your feelings, your empathicness. And they probably notice you more than I think you think they notice you, if that makes sense. Like they're very aware of how you feel. They probably know when you're sad or when you're angry or when you're happy. So this pet of yours, group number 3, is very good at picking up on your emotions. So let's pull some archetype oracle. Okay. Sorry. On the floor. All right, we have Samaritan. We have blank card. We have Engineer. Okay, we have Artist. Wow, this deck is like not cooperating. We have God and Warrior. Okay, and then one more fell on the floor. Okay, we have Queen. So, okay, I feel like your pet, group number 3, is definitely viewing you as a good person. And they see that you're always there for people. They see that maybe you're there for people to the point where you're not always there for yourself. They know that you practice self-care and healing and all that great stuff, but maybe they feel like sometimes, people aren't there for you necessarily. That's sort of a vibe I'm catching. But your pet wants you to know that they're always there for you. You know what I'm saying? But they see you as a really good person. They see you as like someone who is always helping those in need. Maybe you're really big on family. That's really big for you. You're focused on family and, taking care of the ones that you really love. We have Engineer. You guys could be very logical, very rational. Like, although you're very spiritual and highly intuitive, like, you have a 3-dimensional way of looking at things that makes sense in the real world. Like, you're not completely I don't want to say out of line, but you're not completely all over the place with your spirituality. You're definitely very grounded. Maybe you're the one that has Capricorn in your chart. And so your pet is noticing you as someone that is very grounded. Maybe you practice like grounding rituals like reading or slowing down to rest, taking a spiritual bath. Maybe you really enjoy like the finer things in life, or just the simple finer things like fresh bouquet of flowers or going out on nature walks. I feel like if your pet is a pet, like a dog that goes out, you have to take them on walks. They really enjoy the nature walks that you guys go on. And sometimes your pet sees you reading and they wish that you would read out loud to them, because they know you're reading, but they can't read themselves. And it's almost like they wish that you could read to them. Your pet is definitely seeing you as an artist, which is sort of your ability to look at life through a very creative lens. It's expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses. This is a really cool card to get as far as your pet's, view of you, because it's beyond what they can comprehend and how you can create something out of nothing. It's just really mind-blowing to them. And you guys might be a writer or a painter, or you just might have a very artistic eye and way about you. Maybe you dye your hair, maybe you have tattoos, piercings. There's just something very unique about you. They're obviously seeing you as more than their master. They're seeing you as a god, because they feel like this energy, this good energy you have, it's not just towards them, but it's towards everyone. Like, you're just a really good person and you put family first, and maybe you consider this pet a part of your family and they feel really grateful for that. I feel like you guys really take care of your pet. You make sure that they have, you know, food and water, and they're relaxed and they feel good, and like you're constantly caring about them. I also feel like for a lot of you in this pile that you probably rescued this pet, and for some of you, you rescued them when they were older in age or are older and, you know, maybe not as desirable to other people, but you took them under their wing because you have that eye, you trusted your intuition on it, and this is sort of like a soul pet, like kind of energy. We have warrior here. And it's about, you know, your toughness, your heroism, and your self-sacrifice. You guys have a lot of internal strength, and that's something that your pet notices about you. But they feel like sometimes, you know, you're treated unfairly by people, or they see that you're treated unfairly, or maybe it could just represent that they feel like your time needs to come. Like, they're waiting for you to fall in love. They're waiting for you to, like, be taken care of because you're always the one taking care of other people. And sometimes they wish that they, you know, had opposable thumbs and hands so that they could, like, and feet so they could, like, walk to the grocery store and buy you flowers because they feel like that's what you deserve. But when you do buy yourself things and when you do slow down to rest, they really love that. When you take yourself out on dates, that's something that they actually really like for you. Like, they feel like you're a queen and you deserve it. It's this energy of, like, you deserve this, and I'm glad that you're, like, treating yourself this way. But I feel like your pet might have some masculine energy to them. You could be a masculine or they could be a feminine, but I feel like the energy has a duality, like it's like opposites. And I just feel like they're looking at you as someone who is very regal. So Justice wants to come out for your tarot cards. Thank you to the lovely Queen Neji for this deck. I love you. Okay, we have Justice. So yeah, like I said, your pet thinks of you as someone who is very good to them, very fair, a good person, a Samaritan. Like, you're fair to everybody in life, but you're especially fair to them. Like, you treat them like a part of the family. You treat them like your own child. You always, like, care for them. Maybe they even like how you decorate the place. Maybe you have plants and crystals and, like, really witchy things around, which they really like. I'm hearing that they like to eat some of the plants and you, like, try not to have them eat it, but it's just because they're very curious. I feel like you allow your pet to explore their curiosity in a very healthy way, and they appreciate that. Instead of, like, being scolded for being naughty, you're just kind of like, okay, whatever. We have Justice, the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Sun. This is so cute. I feel like, you know, your pet sees you as someone who moves through cycles very seamlessly, and there's just this huge energy of, like, justice is coming. Like, you deserve yours. Like, you're constantly the giver, and maybe you're working a very tough job. I don't know this for sure. This is just, like, a guesstimation. I'm not really seeing it in the cards, but I do see this allow unlimited abundance to come in. Treat yourself to something beautiful. Justice is coming. Take yourself on a date. Maybe you guys are really busy, or you work a really tough job and you don't always get, like, the benefit of it. You don't always get, like, the payout. Maybe you don't always make that much money, and your pet is seeing you as someone who, if anyone, deserves this payout, deserves a raise or a promotion or more than what you're getting. And they feel like it's gonna happen for you. We have the High Priestess. So beautiful. Look at the cute little bunny. And we have the Sun. I mean, if I haven't said it enough, I'll keep saying it. This pet is so happy with you. They are beyond, like, you have made them the happiest in their life, and they can rest easy knowing that they truly lived it up with you, that they truly had an incredible life, that you made them so happy. I was telling another pile that there's this really beautiful movie on Prime Video, if you guys have Prime, and it's called The Art of Racing in the Rain, and it's with Milo, I don't know his last name, but he's in This Is Us. He's Jack in This Is Us, and it's about him and his dog and the story of that. And the dog, you know, listens to everything. Like, everyone treats the dog like he's just a dog and he's dumb and he doesn't understand anything, but he like listens to the TV and he listens to the conversations and he like learns so much like in his life. And he saw a documentary on the TV of what in Magnolia, what their philosophy is about dogs and what they believe. And they believe that if you are a dog in a lifetime, you are such a loyal companion that you automatically reincarnate into a human being. And so this dog in the movie was determined to reincarnate into a man. Like, he wanted to be a man, and then he wanted to come see his owner like as a man. And so it's just kind of this energy of like, you've made your pet so happy they feel like they can rest easy and reincarnate into, you know, a human, and hopefully someday cross paths with you. But it's just this energy of like, they couldn't have had a better life, couldn't have dreamt up a better life. And we have the High Priestess here, and I feel like, again, with intuition, Pluto, you know, Pisces, what I'm saying is something that maybe you guys already know. This could have been a pet that's already passed away, and I think this is a good token to take, is like, they are watching over you. They are forever your family. They are forever a part of your life. They are like, you know, one with God and the universe, and they see you, they recognize you, like they truly see you for who you are. And then for those of you where your pet is still here in your life, you know, they know more than you think they do. They're very intuitive, they're very perceptive, they really pick up on your emotions, they're very empathic, they know when they've done something wrong or when they haven't done something right or whatever it is, and they just really see you and understand you, and you can talk to them. Like, you might not talk to them, you might feel things and they can kind of read your language there, but they would love for you to talk to them more and maybe even read to them, which is really cute. Okay, and we have Strength. So yeah, they're seeing you as, you know, this is such a cute reading, because it's like, if you guys are doubting yourself in some sort of way, group number 3, this is your number one supporter, your number one fan. Like, they believe in you, they think that you have the strength, they think you're a warrior, they think that you can get the thing done, they think that you can accomplish the most in life. Maybe they have already seen you do this. Maybe you were, I was watching this cute little video by Stevie Nicks, and this is when she was in Fleetwood Mac, and this video was like in the 80s, and she was talking about her dog, like she was holding her dog in her hand, and she's like, this dog has been with me when I made a pittance, like I had no money and I had nothing, and now this dog is still with me. And I don't know, it was just really cute, because she, like, the interview was supposed to be about her, but of course she like only cared about like her dog and stuff. So it's kind of like that energy of like, maybe you guys, you know, have gone through quite a journey with this pet, and they've seen you evolve, and they're like, if you're doubting yourself now, like, you need to understand, I have seen you like at every phase, and you are incredible and able to do so much. Okay, so let's pull your charms. Okay, got a lot of charms. Oh, we have this like little key. Like, you definitely have the key to their heart. They might even have the key to your heart. We have this bunny again. So maybe the bunny deck means something to you. Maybe this is a bunny. Oh, but this is a different bunny than a different charm we have. This is a bunny in a tuxedo. So maybe, I don't know, that reminds me of Alice in Wonderland a little bit. That like bunny that's always like in a rush. Okay. Maybe you guys travel a lot and they see that. Maybe they can't travel with you, or maybe they travel with you all over the place and they love your adventures that you guys go on. Okay, so we have some letters here. We have F, H, B, C, Q, N, T, Y, I, O. Maybe their name starts with that. We have a butterfly. Like I said, I mean, they definitely see you as someone who has transformed amongst their eyes. They have so much heart and so much love for you, for sure. They want to communicate with you more with the dolphin charm here. I kind of maybe R, means something to you. They want you to know that they can communicate more. And I was reading somewhere that dolphins communicate through imagery. And maybe they want to like read with you, or they want you to read to them, or maybe their intuition is very on point and they're able to kind of see and communicate through visions and through like auras. Okay, we have Saturn here. Maybe they come from Saturn. I forgot what zodiac sign rules over Saturn, but that could be a key. There's something about the moon here, so maybe, maybe their name is Luna, I don't know. Maybe it also represents that they see you manifesting with the moon, that you really have a very beautiful spiritual belief. They could really like fall, or they could feel like fall is like their favorite season because you let them play in the leaves. They feel like they put you on a pedestal. Like they definitely feel like you're a star and you deserve the most in life, and they believe in you. They might be a pig, or you might call them a pig. I know some other groups got this charm because, I don't know, I just immediately see it and I'm thinking like maybe they eat too much, or maybe you feed them too much, or whatever it is, but you like don't really care. But I love this key, this heart key. It's like you definitely have the key to their heart. We have the fox. Maybe sometimes they're very sly, maybe they're very shy, maybe they're very naughty. We have this rocking horse, but it's a unicorn, so it could represent how special you are to them, how one-of-a-kind you are, how one-of-a-kind they are as a pet. It could also represent phases, so maybe you've had a child since being with this pet, and they kind of have seen you with the butterfly transform through so many phases. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of moon imagery. With the new moon and the star, it's like you're a wish to them, or a wish has been granted, or they're a wish. This is so cute, group number 3. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. Definitely comment down below if it did, and I will see you guys all at your next reading.